done streaming, just turn off all the lights, buddy. How long before you stream?
Hello everybody. So I'm back, I think. Yep, audio's working. Let's get the chat going. I see some people already here. Oh, just had to run downstairs to get the measuring devices. I almost forgot. Gotta catch my breath. Let's see, we got that up. Where's the YouTube chat? I got all the chats tonight, so there we go. Oh, we gotta get the Facebook chat back. Okay. So, we are live, and tonight I just have to give a special shout out right away to... Nice. We already got a cheer from Shota. Damn it. Shota's back at it. No, I want to give a special thank you to Pride. It should be alright. To Fractal Design, so I got their shirt on tonight. You can kind of see it. It says Fractal on here somewhere. Around there. Pre-orders already sold out. No, because they sent a Define R6 for my build with that I'm doing for Matt. Let's see, we got another cheer from Mr. Lightning Man. I see. Thank you, Mr. Lightning Man. So if you guys don't know, we're on Twitch as well. If you guys are on Facebook and you're wondering what all this is about, or if you're on YouTube, I see Willie's on YouTube. What's up, man? Glad you could make it. Thanks everybody for stopping in. Your boom arm just fell. That's not good. You should pick it up. So tonight we're just going to go over how you want to fit like radiators in a case. Specifically, we have the R6 here to demonstrate that. As I said, I grabbed some measuring devices, so that's what we're going to be using tonight. I also just have a little chart that I drew up for Hardware Labs rads, because that's what we'll be using in this build. And we'll just kind of go from there. If you guys have any questions along the way, just let me know. Also, someone join me in voice chat. I want to bitch about someone. Yeah, Shota, good luck with that. So, moving on from that awesome note. Nobody on Facebook wants to say hello. There we go. Somebody says hello. It's Stephanie joined. I see. She didn't actually say hello. Other people are joining. That's good. Okay. So let's switch the camera here so we have a better angle. There we go. So as you can see here, I have the Define R6, and I've already kind of mostly taken it apart, actually. Yeah. So there's no PSU shroud. I took out the whole kind of hard drive cage array right there. The top panel also, this is actually one of my favorite features of this case, actually, is this top radiator tray, or whatever you want to call it, actually does completely come out, which is really kind of nice, because I don't think we're going to use it at all, to be honest. So the fact that I don't have to remove it, like with a Dremel, is kind of cool. So thank you, Fractal, although we won't be using this. But I will still kind of go through this all with you and kind of show you how I'm going to pick out radiators for this. If you guys are all working on a liquid cooled build at all, and you know you have your case already, that's kind of the ideal situation, is to have your case before you do your liquid cooled build, and then you can take your measurements, preferably with it empty like this. So as I said, we'll kind of take measurements from here as we go, but there's definitely, oh, Mr. How do you say your, oh, Real Rodimus. I see. Cheered once again. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Hey now, what's up, Stephanie? So, I guess what I was gonna kind of just start with was, you know, for the R6, it's just kind of a pretty basic case. You have your front rad spot and you have your top rad spot. There are also like fan locations down here, but if you're liquid cooling, I'd probably just leave that open. You kind of need that space. We're gonna be modding in like a custom PSU shroud since I removed the stock one. And I believe it's going to cut off right about there, so it's just kind of impractical to have any kind of fans or a radiator down here of any sort, and your PSU, you know, comes out to there. So look at that, we have a host. Wow, thank you, Stephanie, once again for stopping in and hosting. That's very kind of you. So let's see what I would do as far as getting a, oh, that's a interesting sound. I forgot I set that. Thank you for following as well. So I would just start with the front radiator. As far as any liquid cool build goes, if you do just kind of have the front and the top orientation, I would try to focus to get like the most kind of water cooling potential out of the front radiator, as it's usually going to be your best intake and whatnot. So we got some more cheering going on. Let me see what that was. Dude, thank you. And another, oh, we have another host. Thank you, sir, Mr. Real Rodimus. I think I'm saying your name right, hopefully. Willie, what's up? When are you going to start? Going to get something for the wife? On this build specifically, do you mean? This is kind of like the preliminary steps, I guess. So I'll be ordering the rads tonight or tomorrow, because I'll kind of go through my whole selection with you here in just a moment. But as far as like completing the entire build, hopefully in the next month, I guess I would hope. I'm actually planning on doing a whole distro plate here, so I'll let you know a little secret actually. Performance PCs is going to be trying to sell some distribution plates pretty soon here. The R6 is probably the first case we'll do. So I'm going to use this case to make the measurements and everything, so you guys can eventually order just a pre-made distribution plate that, you know, is basically a universal water cooling distribution plate for the R6. And eventually, even after that, more cases down the line. So that's kind of where we're in between. We're going to build, got more projects for it as well. So you guys will kind of just have to sit along for the ride and see where we go with it. But there's definitely lots in store for it. I'm glad you're interested, though. Back in 5. We got more cheers. You need some better audio hardware. Yeah. I could definitely order up that mic probably, like today, before I order the rads maybe. John, you're watching on Twitch and on Facebook? Jeez, thanks for all the views, man. I'm gonna get like reported for botting or something. So, as I was gonna say, I've already kind of marked out in tape where these rads are gonna come out. I've kind of already made my decision, I guess, as far as rads go. But as I was trying to say there, start from the bottom. You can pretty much mount a rad in this case, flush all the way to the bottom. As far as the mounting rails go, or you know the screw holes, they're rails in this case, which is kind of nice, or slotted holes. So you can pretty much mount a radiator all the way to the bottom of the case. So I just measure up the bottom, and you know I got like, after I removed the 5 1/4 bay, because I also removed that, there's one in the top on this case. So I removed that, and with that you can get like 16.5 inches vertically right here. With that being said, if you plan on using a top radiator, you gotta, you know, remember that this is going to be in this general area too. That the top radiator can kind of coincide with the other radiator. So with that being said, I ended up picking a 360 for this panel, and I am actually gonna, even though like a 360 will fit, no problem, it should, if you guys have this case and don't want to do any mods to it, a 360 should fit just fine. On the front it can have a 420, and in the top I believe it can have 420, but fitting them both at the same time is probably pretty iffy. You may have to mod it, if not, like, definitely need to mod it. So I'm not going to try that. However, I'm going to get an SR2, a Hardware Labs SR2. I can throw up the little sizing chart here if you guys want to see where I'm getting the sizes from. And I did kind of just say that in inches, but I eventually convert everything to millimeters. Here, where is that image? It's right there. There. So I kind of took all the measurements and compiled them into a chart there for you for Hardware Labs rads. And as far as the front 360 goes, I have plenty of room for the SR2, which is a 60 mil thick radiator, and then you got to add 25 millimeters for your fans. So that's always something to think about when you are looking at rad, like thickness and everything. Remember, you have to use fans on a radiator too, so don't forget that they add to it. So, and I already kind of did the conversions, and 85 millimeters is just over 3 inches. So when you measure out that, there won't be any fans in the front. It's gonna be rad then fans. So it's all gonna be in the case here. So it's gonna be about 3 inches into the case. So I put the piece of tape here, and that comes out about there. But as I said at the beginning of the stream there, when I kind of showed you that this is removable, I'm honestly gonna take this whole panel out. Like, this just isn't gonna be in the case. There's no need for it. I'm gonna just put a piece of 5 mil acrylic on the top here, and I'll put the mounts in exactly where I want to. On the front, I'm also going to be putting in a piece of acrylic, and I'm going to slide the mounts over to the right, so over closer this way. That way I have a little more room for everything that's going on over here. However, with a 360, it should already be thin enough to, you know, give me lots of space as it is. But one other thing with moving the front rad is that I hope that I'll be able to line up the ports with the top rad. They'll both be 120 mil rads, so the ports can essentially be lined up, which make it much easier to you know, get tubing runs and connecting the rads as far as that goes, because I assume the rads will be in series. And I do actually already have the top rad, so I was going to show you guys kind of where I'm getting this from. So I have a 360 GTS X-Flow that's dirty, as you can see, so it probably needs a nice little cleaning, but we will do that before it's installed. And as you can see, I guess hopefully you can see, you should be able to see kind of, I have it all the way near like the back, so if I have it pretty close to the back, it still fits in the, let me see if I can tip this. Yeah, there we go. So you can see right there, I can pretty much, if I mount a piece of 5 mil just flat on top of this, I can mount the radiator pretty nicely right on top of that. And I want to move it out all the way as close to this panel, the front panel, as I can, just because this is for Matt Augsburger, Kimla Matt, or however you may know him. And I know he has a Formula board, a Formula motherboard, so it has those water-cooled VRM heatsinks, so he needs as much space as he can get between, you know, the rad and his board. So moving it all the way out to the edge like that is definitely going to help. And also, when you remove this and mount it, the radiator flat to the top panel, it actually does give it a little more height, because this panel does sit within the case. You know, that's got to be a good centimeter, if not more. I suppose I could use one of my handy dandy measuring devices to actually confirm that. But it does give you a little more room, so that's kind of nice. Man, if I could use a caliper. Yeah. It's about 10 millimeters, which is a centimeter. Damn it, Matt, clean your shit. I'm sorry, man. It's been a while. That radiator, I don't even know what it was used in last, to be honest. Thank you for the cheer. Somebody else showed up, cheered once again. What's up, Kevin? How's it going, man? Oh, and Mohammed's on YouTube. So that's kind of where I got that info from. I guess I was measuring out just from as far back in the case as I could go and as far down in the case as I could go. I believe someone posted on my Facebook post before this that they were going to fit a 420 or two 420s in here. And like I said, you probably can. It's just definitely going to take some modding. I'm already planning on modding this, so maybe I'll get bigger radiators. I'm not sure. Oh, look at that. Mr. Lightning Man subscribed. Wow, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for the support tonight on Twitch, as well as everywhere else. But if you guys are on Facebook, I believe the stream is 1080p 60 FPS on Twitch and YouTube, or it should be at least. If Facebook doesn't allow that, as far as I know. I'm building it in the R6 right now. Yes, Mr. Carlos. He's got the white R6. So, and he actually already fit an SR2 and a 360 GTS up top. I forget if his is X-Flow or not. The reason I went with X-Flow, not only do I already have this radiator, but it's also going to be much more useful for as far as tubing runs go, because we have the port right here, which will connect up to the motherboard or the CPU block. I don't know which one yet. And then you have the exit port right up here, which, as I was kind of saying, if I can line up these radiators, the top and the front, this port will match up with the port on the front radiator, hopefully. And we'll see. I might actually still get a U-flow. I'm not sure, just because this front radiator is going to be thick. It's got fans as well, so we'll see what blocks ports. That's kind of the number one thing that you got to look at when you are using a front rad and a top rad, is just where they're going to collide in the front. And I see a lot of people always like estimating too low, so like somebody building this case might actually get a 240 and a 360 instead of, you know, two 360s, which I believe should fit pretty well, just because they're scared of it not fitting. But as I kind of said at the beginning of the stream, I would hope that you guys just have your case already and then start doing the measurements after that. I know a lot of people like don't like to buy parts, like when you're building an actual just a PC. People don't like to like buy parts like one at a time and take like 6 months to do the build. When you're doing water cooling, if you don't already have the PC built and you don't want to like, you know, buy parts over, dude. Thank you, Mr. Jason. I believe that's Jason that just subscribed on Twitch. Thank you. So if you are doing a completely new build and you're water cooling it as well, I would encourage that you just start by buying the case that you want to use. That way you can get measurements for everything right away, and it really kind of helps with planning your entire loop. So as I said, there's much more than just the radiators that we're going to fit in here. And before we get any hardware in here, you do kind of have to figure out where you're putting everything. So that's why I kind of just took tonight to show you guys how you want to start it, at least, you know, start to tackle the entire problem of planning an entire custom build. It does take a lot, and this build is going to take us a while. But if you guys have any questions or whatever, just hit me up. You will not fool me, says Andrew. What is the imposter? The real Matt has longer hair. Yeah, dude, I got a haircut. And anti-static pressure RGB pull fans. Anti-static pressure? Oh, and static pressure. Sorry, I couldn't read that. Yes. I don't know what fans Matt wants to use, but honestly, if you guys do check out like some RGB fans, if you're into the whole RGB fan thing, I'd have to recommend the EK Vardars. They have like amazing static pressure actually, and not bad acoustics either. Just a good fan to consider. Maybe we'll get some for Matt and his build. But as I kind of said, we have this little sizing chart up here. If you guys want that, like clip that or whatever, or let me know, I can send it to you as well. I'm going to get rid of it though in just a second. Use that sizing chart, because when you are measuring everything, you got to realize that, you know, you may have a 360 millimeter radiator, but it's not technically 360 millimeters. That's just the 3 fans that fit on it. As far as an X-Flow goes, these are the longest radiators that Hardware Labs has. So you got to always remember that there's end caps. The GTS series is also wider. If you look at the L series on the left side there, you can see that it's actually just as wide as the fans. That's another good thing about EK radiators, is that they are just as wide as the fans are. So if you do have width restrictions, that especially comes in play when you're looking at your top rad. Consider either like an L series or an EK radiator, as they are slimmer width-wise. Not only, I mean, you got the thickness there, but the GTS rads are definitely wider than most. So I picked the SR2 for the front, the 360 SR2. That's just an amazing rad as far as thick performance radiators go. It's 9 FPI with some thicker fins than the other series have, so it really has great cooling potential. We wouldn't even need extreme static pressure fans for that, just because it is so low FPI. But then with the top, either this X-Flow GTS or a U-Flow, not quite sure yet what we're going to do with that. But with those two combined, it should be plenty of cooling potential for his, I believe it's going to be an 8700K and a 1080 Ti. So, Carlos, you can see my Vardars through. Oh man, the chat's going too fast. Clean that rad. Dude, that's the second time someone said something. What's up, Kevin? He says, I'm good. And Laura says hi. What's up, Laura? How's it going? Why not a 2080 Ti? I asked them that because if anything, we're going to be demoing 2080 Ti's, or just the whole 2000 series from NVIDIA as soon as we can. Once blocks come out, I hopefully will be able to get you guys like block install videos and some performance benchmarks and stuff. I mean, let me know if you guys would like to see that. Like, as far as performance benchmarks go, I could definitely get you guys like before and after water blocking performance. So more than anything, like temps. I mean, obviously we can include gaming benchmarks in that, but we all know that water cooling isn't really for gaming. But beyond that, I can get you guys all that. What's up on YouTube? The shipping kills you, PPCs. Need that Prime membership, free shipping. Yeah, we're actually on Amazon Prime, so you can find us on Prime if you do have a Prime membership. You can also use Amazon Pay on our website. So those are both options that you have if you are, an Amazon fan. What's up? Thank you, PPA TV, for the follow. I appreciate that. And Willie's back. X-Flow has less performance than U-Flow, as well as it's a single pass. Actually, that's false. If you check out Dasmode, who's actually a retailer of water cooling supplies in Canada, he takes these, this and a U-Flow. I believe it's a 240 actually, but it's Hardware Labs GTS, and he has a U-Flow and an X-Flow side by side. The U-Flow gets like 0.2 Celsius worse temperatures, so if you want to call that worse performance, I guess you can. It technically is, but in my opinion, having the much easier tubing run. Also, this does give you a higher flow rate. There's less resistance in this than U-Flow radiator. I think it's worth the trade-off for a couple, decimal points. GTS are the same of the best thin ones, though. Yeah, I'm building a Singularity Computer Spectre, 2 Hardware Labs SR2s. Thank you, Andrew, for following. SR2 360s, and agree, GTS and GTX rule. Yeah, definitely. No, like SR2s are actually my favorite out of the whole line. GTS and GTX are great performance radiators, but like truly my favorite line from Hardware Labs is the SR2, just for the low FPI, so you can use really quiet fans and still get great performance out of them. So that's a great choice, man. Last performance review I saw said the opposite. Well, I'm not sure which rads you're referring to, but I know for a fact that Hardware Labs radiators are, if you get a U-Flow and X-Flow, you're getting literally the same performance. I mean, you won't be able to tell a difference as far as your final temperatures come out in your desktop are. I'll push it harder. SR2 560s are where it's at. Yeah, that is definitely true. If I could fit some 560s in here, I would, but 560 definitely pushes the limits. That's a fact. So if you guys are planning builds with all these great radiators, let me know. You guys can post pictures in our group, in our Discord, wherever. There's a link to our Discord below, as well as an Alpha Cool giveaway. So we have, that's only going on for a few more hours, I believe, or like 12 at most. So get on that Alpha Cool giveaway. We'll be drawing those winners shortly, so don't miss out on that. But I use GPUs for 3DCG. Oh, that's right, you do. Hardware lab rads are harder to clean in my opinion because of them being dual core. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess as far as cleaning them goes, I mean this one definitely needs a cleaning. You can see there, it's got some stuff in it. And the fins. You guys are all complaining about the fins though, I'm sure, not the actual ports. The fins don't matter. So these are a little bit annoying to clean, but I don't know, in my opinion, I've never met a rad that doesn't take a good blitz cleaning. So if you do need to clean your rad, check out Mayhem's Blitz Part 1. That's definitely the best stuff that I can recommend. Clean it. Jason is really upset that this is not clean. Laura says she's good. And Hank joined. What's up, Hank? How's it going? Mainly the GTX GTR series. I haven't used SR2 before. I believe SR2 are also dual core. They're U-flows, so it essentially has 2 cores, you know. U-flow. You get it. Clean it, says Shota. Jeez. Guys, it's the fins. You guys are so upset. I mean, what if I just put this in here how it is, and I put the fans on it, and you guys never would know? And actually, this side's already clean, so you don't even know. You guys are goofy. You're shook. So, we should definitely follow up with another stream on this, or I will be. I'll be ordering the rads for this, or I think I can fit this and just an SR2. I'll take some more measurements as far as that goes, but with the way it's looking, I think this will be the best bet, because that SR2 and fans will come out, you know, right in here somewhere, and I believe the ports should line up just nicely if I use the X-Flow and an SR2. But if you guys need any, oh, we got another follower. And Mr. Carlos did some bits. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Extreme Rigs, dude. Oh yeah, I've definitely checked out the Radiator Roundup. That's a great little chart to check out. I believe they have a newer one though. I thought I was looking at the 2017 one that they did. Use in case M1. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's definitely the GTS 240s in an N case would be nice. Never had a problem. Yeah, definitely Willie. That shows Slim X is worse than you in that. I guess I never noticed how much different, but it really shouldn't be too much different as far as performance goes. But I will definitely look at that again. What am I looking for? And that is from 2015. Oh, yeah. Willie was just talking about the performance. That is a great, like, Radiator Roundup, or whatever you want to call it, reference for performance. I heard X is worse than you also, but X is just so nice for tubing. X-Flow is definitely going to be slightly worse, but like I said, when I checked performance, or I've even watched reviews of people specifically using Hardware Labs X-Flows versus their Hardware Labs U-Flows, that they are pretty close to the same exact performance. So, Hank, fuss at him, please. He needs to clean them damn fins. I had X's in that 303 build. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I really don't think that the performance difference warrants, you know, disregarding X-Flows entirely by any means, just because of how useful they can be. If you have the space lengthwise, it really does kind of help with tubing runs. I mean, as much as we all like awesome tubing, it kind of looks a little ridiculous when you get 2 runs that are, you know, pretty long and right over the top of your build. So I would definitely have to recommend that you check out an X-Flow at least, see if it'll fit. If it does, give it a shot. It's definitely worth trying, in my opinion. I don't have an X-Flow in my rig, but if you're min-maxing, go you. Yeah. The fins. Jeez. Spicy chicken is here. Hello. So, I guess before we go, fin cleaning tutorial or riot? I mean, if I just get the air compressor going, we can do that, but then it gets loud in here, so, I mean, it's up to you guys. I'll take a picture afterwards if you're that upset. But as I was saying, we could definitely do a giveaway here in just a sec. Oh, yeah, okay. So, if you guys want, we can do a little trivia giveaway here once again. And there's a giant dragonfly in here. That's glorious. Ignore the distractions. Yeah, we need a follow-up photo. Shoto is not allowed to win. Oh, man. But, so yeah, we'll just do a nice PPCs t-shirt tonight because I'm not wearing one. I'm wearing my Fractal shirt tonight. So one of you all can represent PPCs in the future. Okay. That dragonfly. Wonderful. So, try not to realize that he's so loud. Can you guys hear that? Yeah.
Why is he in here?
So, that guy is really loud, and we're just going to keep going with the trivia. Need a PPC's. What? Polo. Hank has a PPC's polo, but you're right. We should get a polo. Tonight will just be a t-shirt. I'll let you pick whatever color you want. You all know how it works. Just message me. He's pissed. Yeah, he's definitely a little pissed. He didn't like the light. He wanted to kill it, I think. PPC's dress. Yeah, one day. Maybe. I can't even get him to do tank tops, so we'll see. He's pissed you aren't cleaning your rats. The rad cleaning dragonfly, is that what it is? Okay, so the trivia question. I'd buy one. A dress or a PPC? Oh my gosh, a PPC's fedora. Get your pitchforks. You guys are ridiculous. Okay, so what hardware labs? Geez, I can't even say it. Radiator did I fit in my Define S build? So, I mean, you guys, if you really didn't follow along with that whole build and the whole debacle I had with the top radiator, you guys can go watch the videos on it. Wow. Lighting man. Already. How do you... That's not even fair. Nobody even commented before that. GTX 480. That was no, I'm sorry guys. Lightning Man already got it. He said 420 GTS like right away. So apparently Lightning Man was following along. And you were close there. Mr. What is your mutilation? Is that it? I think so. The text is so tiny. I'm sorry. It's not a GTX. It was a GTS 420 actually. And that was a pain in the butt. Because, as I was kind of saying with Matt's build here, we got to watch out for the VRMs and everything getting close to the board in the top. With a 420, it's a wider radiator. So, in that case, even though I did move it all the way out as far as I could, to as close to the front panel as I could, it still bumped in my motherboard I/O. So, I ended up like chopping up my motherboard I/O, and it was a whole fun time. So, Lightning Man, you know that you got to message me. You want a t-shirt, dude. A dirty ass rad. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna send you this dirty rad because I'm sure all of you would hate to have this dirty rad. It's so useless being this dirty. I mean, who could ever use that? You guys are terrible. No, a t-shirt. You'll have to let me know what color you want and your size, obviously. But I think we have your email on order for your orders anyways. I wouldn't say no. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's a great rad. Honestly, I think Mod Matt might have actually given me this rad. Or it's just one of my older rads that I've, since retired. Either way, he's given me some, so I'll be giving it back to him in some way, shape, or form here with this build when we get that far. So as far as the next stream goes, I am planning out the whole distro plate here for the R6, so perhaps I'll be able to stream something on that. But I'm also going to be doing a PSU shroud. As I said, top and front panels are all going to be kind of modded in some way, shape, or form. So there's going to be lots coming. Not sure about this week, but definitely early next week we'll have some mods coming together for this build. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate everybody who did come out tonight. There's quite a few of you all here. We still have like 30-some people. This is really great. I'm glad you all came out. Alex is here on Facebook as well. Good evening, Alex. How are you doing, man? I'm glad you could make it. But before I go, what's up? I came. Yeah, you did. I don't even, dude, like, I mean, I took Chem 2 and everything in college, but I still don't want to say your name. I'm just going to go with Polly, because that's good enough in my opinion. So thank you, Polly, for showing up. I do appreciate that. And like I said before, Say it. No, you say it. Before we do end tonight's stream, I just want to remember or remind you guys that there's that Elf Cool giveaway. If you're on YouTube, it's right below in the description. If you're on Facebook, you can see it in the post itself. Unless you're watching. No, it should still be in the post. Yeah, check in the post. We got the Elf Cool giveaway. Our Discord is in there. If you're not already in there, definitely join our Discord. It's a great way to get in touch with me as well as all of our other friendly members who are always willing to help you guys with things such as planning what radiators to use in your case. Otherwise, you can always email me, matt@performancepcs.com, and I'll be happy to help you as well. I'll say it when I get my mic set up. Just say polybenzoate. No, but that's not all of it. It's like poly and like a million other syllables, so I couldn't just butcher it. Oh, mutation. Oh, good. My bad. Can't wear t-shirts to work. Oh man, yeah, polos. Like I said, we'll have to do polos. I would definitely like polos. They look nice, and I would like to get some polos myself. But as I said, tonight we're repping Fractal. So also, we got to remember to thank Fractal. Hit them up on Twitter. They also have a Discord, so go find them everywhere they are and support them. This is my, I think, second or third Fractal case, and definitely by far the overall build quality has been like amazing. The features in the R6 are definitely really nice. The fact that this whole HDD cage just kind of disappears is really nice, and this top, as much as like people may use this, I'm sure this is a nice brad mounting tray. In my opinion, it's not that great. But the fact that it comes out, it like solves everything. Like, I mean, if you're gonna make something wrong, at least make it removable. That's what I would have to say. But so that's removable, so that's really great. So we can do that. The front is really kind of interesting. We'll be modding the front as well in some way, shape, or form. I'm sure. It's just it's a nice plain front like Fractal always has. I saw someone comment on a post that this was too boxy, and I just kind of figured they were not creative enough, because with this we can mod it to look however we want, and as I said, we'll be streaming more about that soon. We got the UFO coolant still going. It hasn't changed too much since Monday, so we'll revisit that in another week or two here and see how it's doing then. But as far as that goes, we're still looking about the same. But thank you everybody for stopping in. I will keep you Matt drop tips. I haven't dropped anything tonight. What are you talking about? This is not RIP headphone users. What happened to the headphone users? I'm sorry. Was I too loud? Or was it? I don't even know. Maybe it's the... I think there's a hummingbird also in the garage. So there's lots of animals in the garage tonight, guys. You dropped the rad bread. I didn't. It's right like back here. Sorry. It was so loud, I guess. But no, as I was saying, guys, I appreciate everyone coming out. It was great to see everybody, and we'll be back with more next week. And in the meantime, just find us where you always can. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you soon.